Hi guys! Today we're going to talk about furnaces and different models with different energy efficiency ratings, what they are and how to choose a proper one to fit your house. So many times you heard or read about different efficiency ratings, and you might see 80% efficiency rating on a furnace or 95 or 92. So let's talk about what it means. 80% furnace, other words, it uses 80% of gas to heat up your house and 20% of the gas goes to the atmosphere when it works. 95% or 92% efficiency furnaces, they burn almost everything to heat up your house. So in other words, only 5% of this gas goes to the atmosphere and doesn't burn. What's the major difference in between of them and how they look and what to choose for your particular house? Here we have 80% efficient furnace, and the major difference in between of 80% furnace and 95% furnace, this combustion pipe which goes outside of your house, and this pipe is usually metal and it requires a good clearance around this pipe because it might get really hot. Another thing which is major for all 80% efficiency furnaces, to burn gas, it takes the air from the room where it's located. In other words, if it's located in your garage, it takes the air from the garage, burns oxygen and goes to the exhaust pipe. Now let's take a look at the 95% furnace. What makes it different from 80% furnace? 95% furnace, it uses different technology to burn gas. First thing which we might notice, it's a different exhaust pipe. So instead of metal pipe, on the first example, it uses plastic PVC pipe, and this pipe doesn't require such a big clearance, and this furnace would be nice to install in crawl space or maybe in the attic because it doesn't get hot as much as 80% furnace. Another thing which might be useful for 95% furnace, we might install special kit to take the air from the outside. In other words, we can install it in a small closet with no access of the fresh air. So let's see which one to choose for your house and which one will fit better. First thing which I would consider, it's budget, because 95% of furnaces, they are a little bit more expensive than 80, but on the long run they will save you this money. Second thing, it's ability to install this furnace, and to see if it's possible to transfer your 80% furnace and make it 95, I will schedule appointment with one of our estimator to see if it's possible to do. Third thing, which I personally like about 95% furnaces, they are quieter because they have closed enclosure, they have no holes, nothing for noise to escape, so they are about 20% quieter than 80% furnaces. Fourth thing, which is really great, 95% furnaces, they have lifetime warranty for heat exchanger. So if something happened with heat exchanger, you will be able to replace it with warranty from factory, no matter how long you're using it. So now you know some differences in between of these furnaces. If you have more questions, don't hesitate to call us and we will help you to answer them.